Here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is a little bit of an impromptu live stream that I decided to do, and I was originally going to do it on Twitch, and then decided at the last minute that I was going to do it here on YouTube. As I have recently been made aware that I can no longer live stream to both platforms simultaneously because of how Twitch decides that they do things. So that was a little bit of a shocker to me, that one of you actually made me aware of yesterday. I was sitting out with my kids and this message popped up and I read the message and I was like, that can't be right. And then I closed the message and I came back and I read the message. I was like, that can't be right. Maybe I need to look it up. So I went and I did some research, and sure enough, it is not something that is allowed. I cannot simulcast to both at the same time. Twitch requires 24-hour exclusivity to content before it can be released in other places, which is fascinating. I get it. I get why they're doing it. It just doesn't make it very easy for me as the content creator. So I will come up with some approach that actually works. And I think I have a general approach that I think I'll do. I just haven't implemented as of yet because I am still just a massive fan of YouTube, and the audience here at YouTube is much larger than that of Twitch. I think we're getting close to 8,000 subscribers here, which I think is a really fantastic thing. We have a BHAG goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I think that we are going to make it. I think that we are going to make the stretch goal. So let me say hello to some comic book soldiers that have joined. Hydra Collectibles, how you doing, brother? Super Honorable Nephew. Phil is in the house. Matthew, how you doing? Gwen, is this the first time I've seen your name, Gwen? If so, Gwen, I welcome you to the live stream. Rob's in the house. How you doing? L. Smith is here. Rafi, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Kimball is in the house. Digital Diarrhea. My man Joe, they call me Bruce, and also H Factor. It is good to see all of you guys, and I want to give a huge shout out here. Man, I should have been better prepared. Should have been better prepared. Shout out to my man Justin. Justin sent me a very large AOK that arrived today. This thing is probably like this big. I don't know what's inside the box, but I'm here. I was back in the comic book room actually working, like on work, and I hear my kids out in the front saying, what did daddy get in the box? I want a box too. Can we open the box? And so shout out to my man Justin for hooking me up. At some point, I promise I will open that AOK along with all the other AOKs that are actually sitting in this room just beyond me right here. I have not gotten around to it. I've been a little busy with other things. So again, welcome to all you guys. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. What is this? Hydra says it's 1 a.m. here, living in the future, but don't worry. That's what happens when you live in the UK, brother. You are always ahead, which means that you can never be late for a live stream because you're ahead. Anyway, I wanted to do this real quick because it seems like, man, we are about to embark upon a new destination in which all directors are now saying, no, you need to release my cut. No, you didn't do that movie right the first way. Now it is my turn. So everybody is all aflutter. I think it's with the Snyder cut. A lot of people are super excited about the Snyder cut that is supposed to be coming for the Justice League movie, which a lot of people had, feelings about. People were in their feelings when it came to the Justice League. And so there's a new director. It's not a new director, but another director that is like, hey, I think you guys need to release my version of my movie. It won't be all that difficult, so let's do it. And so we are specifically talking about the director, David Ayer, who was the director of the Suicide Squad. He is basically saying, release my version of the movie. It would be super easy to do. Just make magic happen. And so you can actually see here that he voiced his comments on the Twitter machine. He said, my cut would be easy to complete. In a response to a question about it, it would be incredibly cathartic for me. It's exhausting getting your tail kicked for a film that got the Edward Scissorhands treatment. The film I made has never been seen. And so there's some commentary here around lots of deleted scenes that were dropped from the movie that was originally released in 2016. And so he's making an argument here. He's making an argument that his version of the film was far and away better than the version that people saw out there. And I can tell you, people felt a certain way about the Suicide Squad. They felt a certain way about that movie. I rather enjoyed it, but I also don't have a long history with a lot of these movies, whether you're talking about the Justice League or the Suicide Squad. I've seen bits and pieces of the movie. I kind of have some familiarity with the characters, but people feel a certain way. And so, of course, what he is saying about the Suicide Squad actually comes on the tail end, of course, of what is happening with the Justice League and the Snyder Cut that people are all abuzz about. And so this guy's basically like, hey, let's make some magic happen. Let's release my cut. And so this article goes on to talk about how at least once before, Warner Brothers actually released a director's cut of a DC movie, specifically Superman 2. I don't remember that. I honestly don't even remember that. But again, I'm not the biggest DC guy. I'm learning it. So you guys may have a little bit more familiarity with some of this stuff than I. But it's going to be interesting, especially if you consider that the James Gunn movie is currently in post-production right now with a release date of August 6th, 2021. So if they can do it, if it's easy to do, it would be a good time to release it in between, right? So before, you get to August 6th, 2021, when you have the sequel to Suicide Squad. So who knows what DC is going to do? Who knows if they're actually reading tweets or other stuff? But I just thought it was interesting that people are like, hey, release my version. Let's show my version, because my version is far and away better than others. Scrolling down, who is Alton Brown? I don't know who Alton Brown is. I don't know who that is. How can you not get excited about the Snyder Cut? Justice League was okay, but its villain was trash, says Super Honorable Nephew. Hit the pause button. Stand up, giving gang. We have a new member of the family. My man, Rob Boswell, has picked up a copy of Amazing Spider-Man 110. Giving gang, stand up and acknowledge. Rob, if you get that posted to the Instagram machine, make sure you tag me, brother, so I can share that out. Stand up. Look at him. Look at him. What is this? Was it Raw or Slabs? Scrolling down to the comments. Somebody said to me the other day, Reggie, you should get a 9.8 of ASM 110. And I said, you're right, but I cannot afford it because I have spent all my time talking about that book. The price of it has gone up, and I don't have a 9.8 and not sure if I'll ever get one now as a result of me doing what I'm doing. So what is this? Hydra says, I've not actually seen the Justice League yet. So I guess the question is, which version should I watch? That's a good question. It's a good question. Who knows whether this version is actually, I don't know. I say watch the better version. If it comes out, watch the better version. What is this? If it makes money, they will release it. A new movie genre, original takes. There we go. Scrolling down through the comments here, see what else you guys are talking about. Suicide's first act was dope. Second act was meh. Third act was trash, says Super Honorable Nephew. I think, yeah. I mean, it's, again, people felt a certain way about this one. No doubt about that one. You know what, Rob? Was that the one that was auctioned off just recently? Because I was going through my Instagram feed. Oh, it's YouTube. It might have still been the same one, but I was going through my Instagram feed and I saw somebody had an ASM 110 and they were talking about an auction that was going to happen that night. And I started to send the person a message and be like, can I buy that from you right now? Because you can never have enough ASM 110s. You can never have enough. Scrolling down through the comments here, seeing what else you guys are talking about. Price yourself out of your own book. Here's the thing. At least you guys know that I don't manipulate the market, right? At least you know that I don't manipulate the market for my own benefit because I don't even have the book. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the thing is, this thing was so organic that I probably couldn't have that kind of success if I tried to, right? It was purely an organic thing that has been really, really fun to watch. And, you know, at the end of the day, man, that's what this stuff is about. Chuck says, too many directors with time on their hands. Brother, we are all on lockdown, brother. We all have too much time on our hands. Every last one of us. I'm like, release the Simmons cut. I haven't even made a movie ever, but release the Simmons cut. Let me scroll down. Reggie's Guide to Treasures He Cannot Possess. Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I did indeed. I made it red ocean to the point where I can't even get in the waters now. I'm gonna tell you, man. I think I have what I think I only have like 3 copies. I gave a copy away to somebody. It was a low grade copy. Somebody wanted to buy one from me, and I basically was like, nah, I don't have any to sell. And then I ended up just giving it to the person because they bought something else. So I just like, let me throw this in. It was a low grade copy. And I think the person ended up buying a copy anyway, a better grade. And I was like, just pass it on to the next person. We'll keep it passing on to some other people in the Gibbon gang. That's what, man, exactly. That's what makes it so fun. Cause like people ask me, what is the Gibbon gang? And I'm like, you kind of have to experience it, because trying to explain an organic phenomenon is tough. It is a tough thing. But again, that's what makes it really fun for the channel. So I wanted to tell you guys about that, about the new, about the director trying to get another version of his film release so that people can actually see the movie that he always wanted to make. So what caught my attention earlier today was this mashup thing, this amalgam stuff that I've actually been seeing on Newsarama, because I'm a big fan of Newsarama. And I don't know if you guys have seen these, but the artist for, I think it's the New Warriors. I think it's the artist for the New Warriors. Yeah. Luciano Luciano Vecchio. I'm probably butchering this dude's name, but what he has done, this fantastic Italian artist, let's just go with that. He is doing a mashup. He's doing a mashup of some characters, man. And what he's actually done is he's created several mashups of Marvel and DC characters. They're amalgam characters. And so what he created, I'm going to show you a couple of, I think 4 total. One of them is Amazon America, which is like a combination of Wonder Woman and Captain America, which I just think is pretty interesting. I'm actually going to show you guys a different photo. Let me try to find this other photo that probably is a little bit better. I think this is the right one. Nope, that is not the right one. Don't look at that. Ignore that. Don't look at that one. All right, so let me see if I can find the better one, the one I actually wanted to show. And you know what's going to happen. I'm into showing you the same one all over again. Let's see. AHD. They both say the same thing. That grates my cheese. That grates my cheese when I can't get it right. Let's try it one more time. This time we're actually going to do it. We're going to nail it. We're going to nail it with this one. There we go. So this is a mashup that he put together, which is Amazon America. It's a mashup of Captain America and Wonder Woman over here. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. I actually kind of like this one better. This is the Winter Wonder. It is Troy and the Winter Soldier. I actually like this one better than I like the Amazon America version over here. This one's pretty cool. I kind of dig the Winter Soldier, that metal arm and the big guns and stuff like that. So I dig that. So it's a pretty nice little mashup that he put together for this one. And then I'll show you one more, which I kind of already stole my own thunder on. But let's first look at the article, which is this one right here. This is Semigod. Semigod is this next one. It is a mashup of a couple of characters. In this case, it is actually which one is this? This is a combination of Thor and Superman. It's a mashup of Thor and Superman called Semigod, and I'll show you a full screen here of Semigod and his arch enemy, which is a Loki-like character. So this is Semigod right here, which is a mashup again of Thor and Superman, and then his arch enemy down here is Loki and Lex Luthor. So this Semigod's actually not bad. That is actually a pretty good mashup of Superman and Thor. I don't know how the challenge is that it kind of looks like Thor already, because Thor has a cape. Thor will wear blue, right? He does have the 3 stars already. I think what kind of the big thing is probably maybe the boots. And then I got to look at Thor's boots closer, and then the Superman symbol. But and then I guess the the lightning coming out of his eyes versus his hands. But I think Thor is even doing that now. So some pretty cool stuff, man. A couple of really, talented artists having a little bit of fun talking about some stuff out there. So I wanted to just show that to you guys. So scrolling down, did I just lose my chat? I did indeed lose my chat. I really do hate when that happens. Makes it very difficult to do an interactive live stream when you cannot actually see what people are talking about. So bear with me as I pop over here. All right. So, all right, I'm cool now. Emerald Knight, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. It is, yes, Matthew, that is a mashup. It's called an amalgam of Lex Luthor and Loki into one character. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Just something different, man. Something different. Looks like Ultraman of Earth 3, says my man Chuck. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. But what is this? Scrolling through Superman versus Thor. Who would win? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. You think about Thor and the Berserker Rage against Superman. That could be a very, very interesting battle. I don't know who would win with that one, but it would be fun to watch. I'll tell you that much. So again, just a couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, we have a legend in the room here. We have a legend in the room. Very Gary Comics has graced us with his presence. Stand up. It's good to see you, brother. Interesting times that we live in which people reach out and touch content creators and say things that they otherwise would not say to someone's face. I think it's always very, very interesting. So we have one vote here that if there were a battle between Superman and Thor, Emerald Knight has put his money down on Superman. He has placed his bet. So I find that fascinating. Similar to the What If series, says Rob Boswell. Let me see. I bet if we threw anything out that involved Green Lantern, I know where Emerald Knight will place his bet again. What is this? Super Honorable Nephew. Man, I wish Marvel would bring back Malibu Comics universe. That was an interesting universe. I just found a big stash of Malibu Comics, man. It was a long box just full of Malibu Comics in the collection over the weekend. So very interesting stuff. Scrolling down through the comments here, Andrew's putting a call out for a very Gary Regie collects collab. Scrolling down, my man Scott. There's Scott. Scott has declared that it would be Thor that finished on top. So we will see. We will see. What is this? Tim is talking about could use, man. I mean, here's the thing, Tim. Whatever happened to the Fury Files? The Fury Files, I thought, based upon what I was reading, was supposed to drop on the 15th. On the 16th, I was clicking the button, looking for it, could not find it, still have not found it. I searched for it. I searched online. And I think the article said where to watch the Fury Files. And I was like, okay, well, tell me more. There were no details. I'm still looking for the Fury Files. Still looking for that, y'all. Would love to be able to see it. They Call Me Bruce has declared that it is Thor. We have F&M says Thor. Super Honorable Nephew said, man, look at this. Okay, so clearly Superman is not going to win. And or this is a Marvel room. Scrolling down, Matthew says, dropping the hammer. That's what's up. We don't drop mics. We drop hammers in here. The Gibbon would win. Stand up. Stand up right there. You, Ash, I see you, brother. I see you. Remember Shazam nearly killed Superman with his lightning during Kingdom Come? No, I still haven't made it through Kingdom Come. Still have not made it through Kingdom Come. I think I'm still on page 5. I think I'm still on page. Hopefully at some point. Comics Plus, how you doing? It's good to see you, brother. It is good to see you. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. Nate is talking about Batman and his sidekick. My Little Pony is indeed money. Is indeed. Superman is just so powerful. So I think the choice is clear. That is Thor. Yes, I would completely agree. Scrolling down, it is a Marvel room. It is. But look, we are celebrating. I don't know if you guys saw. There is a new DC book that is back on the wall. I can't even see myself because I'm in 2 windows right now. But there's a new DC book that is on the wall as part of my video that I released earlier today at 3:30. If you guys haven't seen that, you may want to check that out. But I released a video in which I unboxed a DC book that one of you guys had sent to me, and people didn't notice. I actually snuck it on the wall before the video dropped, and I don't think anybody caught it, but it is back there. It is that Batman book right there that is back there. So shout out to you guys that have hooked me up with some really, really awesome AOKs, man. I'm very appreciative. And like I said, there's a couple that are in the outer room here that at some point I will open up and put up on the wall and show you guys the videos there. Said I'm a little, I spoiled it. My bad. My bad. Where's a Flash fan when you need him? Where's Flash fan 11? He is normally here to be like, Flash is the greatest. Red is the best color ever. You know, very Gary. I appreciate it, brother. I think you also just picked up a pretty large collection. I saw the recommended video for me to watch. I think you dropped your video, I want to say like one day or so before I dropped my video. So congrats to you as well. I watched your awesome unboxing that you did of your books from CGC. So shout out to you, man, for making magic happen. And I saw somebody else commenting about you getting the wife involved in your videos. So shout out to you, man. At the end of the day, as content creators, we definitely have to stick together because this stuff is a lot of fun, but it can also be something where you're kind of hanging out there by yourself sometimes. So I definitely appreciate you swinging by, hanging out on the channel for a little bit. DC love, not the biggest fan of Superman, unpopular opinion. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I read that Superman Unchained, man. I love that. I loved it. I've been trying to read a little bit more of the Superman stuff and the Batman stuff and the Catwoman and the Wonder Woman and all of these wonderful DC books, but I'm definitely getting on board. So scrolling down to some of the comments. Yeah, the shiny one. It's that one. Fat Thor would never win. First of all, Matthew, Fat Thor would not win. He is not interested in fighting. He is more interested in the drink, in the mead. Scrolling down through the comments here, seeing what else you guys are talking about. Word on the street is that the Harley Quinn series may be something to purchase due to the potential Batman storyline. I have not heard that. But I do like to have advance. No, bro, Hydra Collectibles has just stated it. The run that Donny Cates is doing right now on Thor is fantastic. I cannot wait for issue number 5 to drop. If you guys are not reading his version of Thor, man, treat yourself. From the very first page, as the Hammer is going through the various realms and where it lands, and then when it comes back, it is just really, really well done. There have been several surprises in this series, several very interesting moments. I am looking forward to issue 5 when it comes out, which I hope is in a couple of weeks, because I have really enjoyed what Donny Cates is doing. This dude is doing some really, really fantastic stuff, whether you're talking about what he's doing right now on Thor, or whether you're talking about what he did with Venom and Eddie Brock. I've said this before. I was never really a big Venom fan before. I found him to be very one-dimensional, all death and murder and stuff. But what he's done with Eddie Brock and Eddie's son, and oh man, just a talented guy, So shout out to Donny Cates for making magic happen. Scrolling down through the comments, I am way behind now because I got bogged down with making all those crazy comments. The only way Thor wins is if he brings kryptonite. Well, why would he not bring kryptonite? I mean, you're fighting the equivalent of a god. You bring you bring a gun to a gunfight. I still haven't finished reading Red Sun. Rob Boswell. I have Red Sun sitting in the box right here to my right, and I still haven't quite finished reading it. And I need to focus my attention and get back to it. So scrolling down through some of the comments here, seeing what else you guys are talking about. Somebody's trying to get their hands in Very Gary's collection over there. I respect it. Super honorable nephew talking about Cates's run on Thor is fantastic. I was talking to somebody the other day, man. This guy had actually won an original piece of art from like some kind of giveaway related to Donny Cates and his girl. And he was debating what he actually wanted to get, because I guess she was going to draw it. And I'm guessing maybe Donny was going to do a sketch or something like that. But I was like, man, what Donny is doing right now with Thor, I'd have her sketch that. You know, I don't think you can go wrong either way. But the way that Thor is depicted, the way that he is behaving, the way he is just like interacting with people is just really well done. And I would love to have a version of that be created by somebody related to, you know, Thor, the current Thor run. So shout out to my man that is getting that piece of original art, because I think that that is really, really fantastic. Emerald Knight agrees. Glad we can agree on something that Thor would win. No. Scrolling down, let me see. Here we go. So Doc Cop Comics says that he just posted his first video and mentioned me in it. I will try to check it out, man. If you can, send me a link, post up a link, something like that in the comment section or something like that, and I'll try to check it out. I struggle with being able to watch a ton of content because I'm very busy trying to like create my own content and then balance out all the other stuff. But I do try to support when I can. So if you put up a link, man, send it to me on Instagram or something like that. I will definitely try to check it out. If you put it in the comment section, not here in the chat, but in the comment section, I read all the comments, and so it'll be a great reminder for me to actually check it out. So scrolling down through some of the comments here, there was another Thor comment that got away from me. I hate when my chat goes out because it makes it very difficult. Scrolling down, Donnie Cates is the best Marvel writer right now, says very Gary. I don't know if I could disagree. I mean, well, let me restate. I think that in my mind, it is a little bit of a toss-up right now between Donnie Cates and Jonathan Hickman. And I want to give the nod to Jonathan Hickman because of what he is actually doing with the X-Men, not just one book at a time. He has lifted the entire X-Men franchise, in my opinion, to a new level. You look at the sheer number of books that are coming out that are rooted in what he did in House of X and Powers of 10. And it is incredible. He is not writing all of them, but he has helped to elevate the entire franchise. Whereas Donnie is putting out good content, but it is book by book by book, you know? I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen with Decorum, his independent work through Image. I think we read issue 1. Still waiting to see what's going to happen with that. That issue 1 was heavy. It's heavy. It's a heavy read. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out on the other side of that one. So Donnie Hydra Collectible says Donnie Cates is fast becoming one of his favorite comic book writers. He's doing it, man. He's doing it. But yeah, I want to say that the next Thor probably isn't coming out because when I remember when I looked at the solicitations for the first 2 weeks, I didn't see it in there. So I'm hoping that it'll be in the third week, which is not this week, but maybe the week after. So I don't typically look at solicitations, but I remember when I covered it a couple of weeks ago and I saw Marvel's schedule, I don't recall seeing Thor 5 in the first couple of weeks. So fingers crossed. And if I get it wrong, my bad. Okay, Chicken's giving us a rundown. Wednesdays, ASM, Marauders, Avengers, Venom 1. Venom and one more. Marauders is dope. We may find out what's going on with Kitty Pryde, so sign me up for some of that right there. Scrolling down through some of the comments here, Super Honorable Nephew says Cates and Hickman are his favorite writers. Man, because they're killing it. They are killing it, man. Anything that they touch is really, really hot. Tina's might be at work right now. A couple of people are asking about Tina. She might be at work. You got to remember, we're like hours early, right? We normally don't go live until 7:30 or something like that. So I think it's probably throwing people off just a little bit. So I may actually go live a little bit later tonight. I may go live on the Twitch machine. So if you guys are interested in that, you may want to check me out over there because I may go live on Twitch tonight. What is Hickman writing at the moment? He is writing the ongoing X-Men title. He is, I think, writing that the new Swords thing. It's like Swords of 10 of Swords. It's something like that with Apocalypse. He's working on that. And I want to say he's writing one other book. I want to say he's doing one other. He was doing New Mutants, but he stepped back because Ed Brisson took that over. So he's writing the ongoing, and I want to say he's writing at least one other X-Men related title. But I do not recall what it is off the top of my head. So, but again, you got to remember what he was doing with House of X and Powers of 10. I mean, he was basically writing like a lot at the same time. So, scrolling down through the comments, I think that's the cool things. I think it was Powers of 10 that was never designed to actually be a comic. Powers of 10 was originally designed, if memory serves, to be a treatment. It was be a treatment for House of X. And they decided that they were going to convert Powers into a comic and that they would then alternate House Power. So, but definitely an enjoyable, series, man. I mean, I know for a fact that cats were reading House and Powers in the car. They would go to the LCS, get back in the car and read the book. I was like getting it and then running home to read it. So that kind of excitement is not something that we've seen in a very, very long time. So definitely pleased. Scrolling, I think somebody said they felt the same way about Venom, which then went out and bought all the Donnie Venom books. Yeah. He did a really good job. He really did a good job. Oh, here. Let's pause on this one right here. Hydra Collectibles, man. If I could throw this up on screen, brother. Let me see if my chat is back. It is not back. My interface is still out. All right. So I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Hydra Collectibles. I think he's a good dude. But he made a comment here. He says, would love to see Cates do a run on ASM. Lord knows we need it. No offense to the current writer, but it is bad. It is very bad. It is very, 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 very bad. It is ungood, I think is actually the technical term. Anybody but the current writer. And if you brought Cates over, or it would be incredible, man. It would be incredible. I would love to see what he could do with a flagship product, because the guy is super talented, man. And ASM is not good. It is not good. So Ariel in the house, we have a blue wrench up in here. Rec shop. No, I'm teasing. Scrolling down to some of the comments here. See what else you guys are talking about. There he is, Flash Fan 11. We were looking for you, brother. We were having a big debate in here, and even the DC folks were like, if there was a battle between Superman and Thor, that Thor will win. Even the DC folks said it, and then folks were like, well, what about Flash Fan? Oh, Emerald Knight beat me to it. He ruined my joke. Scrolling down to the comments, see what else you guys are talking about. I'm dying to get the God Loves Man Kills extended cut. I have not heard about that, but I'll tell you, the regular cut was dope. It was really, really fantastic. Hydra Collectibles is dope. I would buy some ASM. It's ungood. My man Lee, another blue wrench. The blue wrenches are here. I appreciate you guys showing up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so Tim is talking about the Chip Zdarsky. Man, Chip Zdarsky is doing his thing on Daredevil. I was reluctant to read Daredevil just because I'm not really interested in Daredevil. I read that. I think I read like the first 12 issues like lickety split because Chip was doing it. He was really, really doing it on the Daredevil run. And that's where that image came from that you guys saw. There was an AOK to me for you guys was Daredevil wearing the Punisher shirt that actually came from the Chip Zdarsky run on Daredevil, which is really, really fantastic. So Myth Lab Music is saying a Snyder Capullo would be a great ASM. Man, I'm telling you, anybody but the current writer, I will nod my head and say yes. Yes, that is, I'm on board with that. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. A couple of people talking about, oh, Bayou Boy, I just saw your email, bro. I was starting to get worried about you, Bayou Boy, because you made a comment about the book, but then I never received the email. I was like, man, maybe Bayou Boy doesn't want his book, but then you emailed me today. So the book from last week's Go Collect giveaway, it was the what was it? It was the Captain Marvel 33. That book has been claimed and is going to be going out to Bayou Boy Entertainment tomorrow. And just as a reminder, we are still giving away this book right here. This is this week's book. And again, all you have to do is watch the videos that come out from the channel over the course of the week for the phrase. And this is the book that we're going to be giving away. It is Spawn 299. It is the Fan Expo edition. It is a really, really nice book that someone is going to walk away with on Sunday as part of the Ready, Set, Go preview show. So if you guys haven't checked that out, you definitely want to stay tuned. Look for those. I'm late to the party. Did you figure Twitch out? Man, Xavier, I am slowly but surely figuring Twitch out. Slowly but surely. And I may actually be going live on Twitch a little bit later tonight, maybe around 7:30 or something like that. I may actually do that. I'm thinking like around 7:30. And so to that point, I am actually going to wrap up this live stream because I want to save myself just a little bit. If you do tune into the Twitch, you may hear some of the same kind of content, but then we'll do what we normally do, which is to just riff off of whatever it is that you guys are talking about and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see if I can find some new content or if I have some new epiphanies. Maybe I'll go do dishes or something like that. Maybe I'll wash some dishes. And for those that don't get the reference, whenever I do dishes, I have epiphanies, and then those epiphanies lead to videos. So maybe I'll wash some dishes and have some epiphanies and then circle back with you guys. But again, if you guys if you're feeling frisky, I'll be on the Twitch machine later tonight, possibly around 7:30. Maybe we'll do a short little chat after the kids go to bed. I think right now I'm going to actually go out here, get my kids, go down to the garage, let them play outside while I do a quick shoulder workout. So I'll be nice and pumped for the show tonight. I'll be swole for you guys at 7:30. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. Shout out to Very Gary for spending a little bit of time. I appreciate each and every one of you guys showing up and just chatting it up, man. So again, stay tuned. We may be going live later on Twitch. And again, if you have not yet found the video for this week and you've watched all the videos, I definitely want to encourage you to stay tuned to the channel because this is a really, really good book. Last week, I just found out the book we gave away last week is this was the largest giveaway that we've done on the channel in terms of entrants at like 300 plus, 365 maybe or something like that. And Lee Atkins is in the room. He'll probably correct me on the stats. But he also pointed out to me that this is the first image book that we've actually ever given away on the channel as well. And what he and I kind of discussed is that we may have to change that. I did not realize that. I did not realize that I've never given away an image book before. So that is to say that there may be some really cool image books that are flowing to you guys in the near future, right? We've given away, I want to say, north of $11,000 worth of comics over the last 67 weeks. Huge shout out to Go Collect. Huge shout out to Go Collect for putting me in a position to be able to do this every single week. And stay tuned because there's a lot of exciting things that I think are on the horizon as we get closer and closer to 10,000, our big BHAG subscriber goal. If you guys need to reach out to me, you can do it on Instagram at Regie Collects. If you need to send me an email, you can do that as well. And that email is reggie@regiecollects.com. If you are feeling frisky, and I hope that you are, I want to encourage you to head over to the website, regiecollects.com, where you can check out all kinds of additional information related to the channel. Take care.